Like for example, the Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Mahamantra, for us, we know this is different from Krishna himself. But then, who is that name Krishna referring to? For some, they can even consider that, or that Krishna is a manifestation of Vishnu, Narayana, for followers of Narayana. And for them, that is not wrong. Some, they will say, well, Ram there, referring to Ramachandra. Okay, for them, it's not wrong. But there's really like a higher conception, like the real, like the highest conception, understanding. And ultimately, as Gaudiyas, we know, like when we say Ram, that Ram there is not Ramachandra. It's not even Balaram. Although it is not wrong to consider, for some who are followers even of Braj mood, but they're in Sankaras, and then they're chanting Mahamantra, and they can be thinking of that Ram as Balaram. So we're not saying that, hey, that's wrong, you don't think of him as Balaram. You can't say like that. But for us, especially followers of Mahaprabhu, who are followers of Rupa Goswami, then we know that that Ram is not Balaram, is not Ramachandra. Who is that? No? Radharaman, like this. So now I'm mentioning this because according to one's adhikar, then they can see a certain form or the name of Bhagavan in a certain way. And really, Bhagavan, he reciprocates with everyone, so accordingly, you cannot say to them that is wrong. No. But there is really some high conception. And so especially Gaudiyas, or followers of Mahaprabhu, they know what is really like very deep tattva. So I'm just telling that, for example, in this Ratha festival, there's so many ways people can see this festival. They can see it like just the regular, like activities of deities sometimes going out, and having darshan, giving darshan to the people, being merciful to the people, like that. So that they can see it like that, and that is not wrong. But more than that, Mahaprabhu has revealed some secret things, and it's like an open secret. And mostly only followers of Mahaprabhu and those who know Chaitanya Charitamrita, then they can understand the deep meanings. So it goes deep first to understanding who is Jagannath, who is Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Gurudev mercifully, one time he gave in one class, he was saying, like for some people who say that Jagannath is Dwarkadish, he said like, Dwarkadish, in eternal Dwarka, there's Dwarkadish. Eternal Dwarka. Right. There, Dwarkadish, who is the consort? Who is the consort of Dwarkadish? Rukmini, Satyabhama, many, like 16,100 queens. Like say in Ayodhya, there's Ram. Who is the consort of Ram? Sita. Can Ram be in separation from Radharani? No. Ram will never be in separation from Radharani. His consort is Sita. He can be in separation with Sita. Dwarkadish also, the same way, he cannot be in separation of Radharani. He can be in separation maybe of Rukmini or Satyabhama or others, but if there's such a lila, but not for Radharani. So, but here in Naimitic lila, when you say Naimitic, meaning a special lila that is connected to material pastimes. Like for example, Krishna's birth, that's a Naimitic lila. Although it's eternal because he's always born in one universe to the other. He's very merciful, going one universe to the other, and he's taking birth there. So, and really, it happens. the Krishna in Gokul, he was really born. There's all this like evidence of Jiva Goswami, Brishvasi telling, we have seen him. We have seen how like the umbilical cord was cut. Like that. So, but in Dwarka and Mathura, we know he appeared there. Okay, so, but we know in the eternal Golok, Vrindavan, Krishna never born, right? Or even Baladev, never born. They're there eternally as like youth, and so there's some speciality in Naimitic Leelas. Those Leelas that cannot happen in the eternal world, and it can happen and manifest physically in the material world. Or it's never in the material world. It's that part of the spiritual world that manifests apparently in the material world. You understand? So there's all this Leela, Krishna being born. So there's some speciality of the material world also. Because this is the place where magnetic Leelas happen, which cannot happen in the eternal or in the aprakat dham. Although some are inconceivable, our mind may not understand it, but really this is really part of the spiritual world also. You know that this magnetic Leela is really part of the spiritual world. But just to put it within the understanding of material mind, then we say that look, it happens in the material world. Krishna killing demons. There's no demons in the eternal world. So this killing demons that can only happen in the material world. And that's an Nagamitic Leela. So when Krishna comes here, one of the Nagamitic Leela is that he left Vrindavan. But we know already Krishna never even take a step outside of Vrindavan. He's always in Vrindavan. And that is because in the eternal world he never leaves Vrindavan. And then here in Mature Leela, or in the Nagamitic Leela, then we can see that physically Akrura came and took him to Mathura like this, as if he left Vrindavan. But then of course, there's all this explanation that really he did not leave also. That when he reached Patrol, then that Mathurish Krishna continued. The Brajendra Krishna stayed behind. But now he is not seen. Anyway, so why am I saying like this? Because now in the mythic Leela of Krishna, especially when he was in Dwarka, we know that there he was crying and calling like Radha or Lalite or Radhe, Lalite or Vishakhi or like trophies like that. And the queens would complain like, who is Krishna calling? Like, I heard last night. Like sometimes like not just nighttime, even in the daytime. Sometimes he would call like this, and he would be crying. So Buddha explained that Krishna crying for Radharani in Dwarka, that is not Dwarkadish. You understand? But there's all this Leela, this Krishna, his Dwarkadish, enjoying with the queens. It said he's like a husband of the queens. That's Dwarkadish enjoying as like husband of the queens. But that Krishna who is actually crying for Radharani, that is not Dwarkadish. So Buddha is saying that there's Brajendra and Krishna, and he's that Krishna that's always in Braj, never leaves Braj. But in the Nagamitic Leela, that Brajendra and Krishna has two other aspects. There's the Yogi Krishna and Samyogi Krishna. Just like we hear when Buddha explained also about Radharani, there's Samyogini Radha and Yogini Radha. And why we're discussing this? Because when you talk about Mahaprabhu relishing the moods of Radharani, this is the point now that Mahaprabhu relishing all the moods of Radharani, not just Brajendra, not just Mahanandini Radha, but also this Yogini and Samyogini Radha. Now, but before that, let's go to Krishna. There's the Yogi Krishna and Samyogi Krishna. So, the Yogi Krishna, that is Krishna, separated from Radharani. Krishna outside of Braj is separated from Radharani. You understand? And some yogi Krishna, he is that Krishna who is meeting with Radha, but he's not in Braj, and he is like unsatisfied. He's not like that same version of Krishna. You understand? So, and the same in the counterpart of that, there's the Radharani, Vrishabhanunandini, eternally in Braj, daughter of Vrishabhanu Maharaj. Okay. But when Krishna left Vrindavan, then there's the Radharani in Uddhav Kyari, crying like this, in separation of Krishna. So that is who? Who is that? That is the Viyogini. The V meaning in Viraha, and the one Samyogini meaning in union. So the Samyogini Radha, that is the Radharani that went to Kurukshetra and meeting with Krishna. You're following? They're actually meeting together, but Radharani not satisfied. For one, they're not in Braj. They're in Kurukshetra. And there's all this like eagerness like for meeting, but it's unsatisfied. And therefore there's this desire like, you come back with us to Braj. Like this. I want that time like before, when we were meeting, like in the Yamuna or in this. So you understand? This Samyogini Radha, Viyogini Radha, and Samyogi Krishna and Viyogi Krishna, that is in the Naimitic Lila. Okay? It mixes with in this Naimitic Lila. So don't get confused when Krishna is in Dwarka. There's some aspect of, there's Dwarkadish. That's the one that's enjoying with the queens. But that Krishna who's crying for Radharani, that is not Dwarkadish. That is, who is that? That's Viyogi Krishna. And when he was in Kurukshetra, that is Samyogi Krishna. So now, Buddha is now making this point. When we talk of Jagannath, especially for us Gaudias, we see like how Mahaprabhu sees. He's an aspect of Rajandananda Krishna, but not Dwarkadish. So he is in Jagannath temple, he is Viyogi. He is Viyogi Krishna. Like that Krishna in Dwarka crying for Radharani. Like Krishna. And during Ratha Yatra, like in Kurukshetra, he is Samyogi. Samyogi. Or when Mahaprabhu is there in Puri. So now let's go back to Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu we know is Krishna, but in the mood of Radharani. Okay, so as Krishna in the mood of Radharani, in Navadvip, Mahaprabhu relishing all the moods of Rajandanandan. Vrishabhanunandini. Navadvip. We'll explain that. But in Jagannath Puri as a sannyasi, now with Jagannath there, then he is able to relish the moods of Samyogini Radha and Viyogini Radha. So that is one speciality of Jagannath Puri. Sometimes we cannot, before I could not reconcile this, that as if like Mahaprabhu, it seems like in Puri it's so much like higher than the Leelas, because like, there's all these moods of separation. And Gurudev said like no, the Navadvip is so much more higher, it's so much higher, because there the Mahaprabhu is actually relishing like the original mood of Radha. So like in Navadvip, when Mahaprabhu was born, actually some devotees they even explain from the time he was born, already he's feeling Mahabhav. You know, Mahaprabhu is already feeling this Mahabhav. And actually in the eternal world, in Svetatvi, Mahaprabhu relishing all these moods of Radharani. Mahaprabhu doesn't need to come here to relish the moods of Radha. But, this is the thing, if Mahaprabhu has to relish all the moods of Radharani, then he has Krishna, as Mahaprabhu has to relish these moods of the Yogini and Samyogini. And that's only the Naimatik Lila. So therefore, he has also a Naimatik Lila. Now taking the sannyas form. Sannyas. And now, in the mood of Radha, like separation of Krishna, he would visit, he would be in Jagannath Puri, and then he sing the deity. That deity is Krishna and separation of Radharani. Now they're meeting each other. You know? So this pastimes of Puri and pastimes of Mahaprabhu, so much about like separation and all about really like relishment of brain of this love. So when we talk about Yatra, then we know it's only by Mahaprabhu and Mahaprabhu's followers that this is actually like Kurukshetra. Now they're meeting, and then why are they pulling Jagannath? Because they want to bring Jagannath back to Bandhav. And then make him relish, like, oh, you were so much happy in Rama with us. Bring him back to Bandhav. So, when, as a sadhaka, for example, of course we're not like Mahaprabhu. That is Mahaprabhu relishing all these moods. Right now, as sadhaka, we are conditioned souls. We cannot even see Krishna, or you know, or he appears to us even as a deity, and still we don't even see really. He gives us the holy name, and how much really are we like experiencing this holy name as Krishna himself? You know? So we know as a sadhaka, I don't know about you, but me as a sadhaka, I know like so conditioned. You know? This material body and this mind, false ego. So having like very clear perception of Krishna seems so far away. So that's why we're doing sadhana. The guidance of Guru, guidance of Vaishnavas, we're doing our daily sadhana. Of course, our sadhana centers on Harinam. So for us, like this experience, like Mahaprabhu experiencing, seems so far away. But Mahaprabhu is showing, he's like our teacher, he's showing to us, like, oh, this is what you have to learn. In this material world, it's like a school. In this world, we are supposed to learn what is the nature of brain. I remember today, like one definition of brain, no, is that no matter how much obstacle is there, this brain never broken, only increasing. Right? That's like one definition of brain. What is the verse for that? I don't know the verse, but that is one definition of brain. There's many definitions of brain, like Rupa Goswami's definition of brain is different. But this is one simple definition of brain. Right now, you can see that where is your love? Now, all the reasons for there to break also, like your attachment to the material world, but see, you're never like trying to be detached. Even like Vaishnavas, like telling you, chastising you, like this, or you know, like everyone telling you, hey, that is not good. But then, oh, the more someone maybe regret a lot, and then now becoming attached, and everyone like fighting him. The more he wants, you know, like this. But this is not real prema. But somehow it's the perverted reflection. So prema is towards Krishna. The other way is lust, right? Lust means See, you see everything in relation to your senses. But praying, you see everything in relation to Krishna. So, right now, we are supposed to learn how to love. Like, increasing more our attachment to Krishna. No matter how much difficulties and how much obstacles are there. Like, I should more like love Krishna. Will never die. But right now, no, not yet. As conditioned souls, it seems like very difficult. Just some little like trouble with either your body or some difficulties with other people, then easily you can give up something or you're sudden. Now, why I'm mentioning this because when we reflect about all these festivals, especially this like with Mahaprabhu relishing, then we can see how Mahaprabhu is showing us. All these things are there to help you develop this brain, like this kind of love. We are here to learn how to love Krishna. So this Ratha festival actually like very prominent festival explaining all these like moods of love. So, and the only way to really like find out all these things is only by listening to devotees who are especially followers of Mahaprabhu, who knows all these things. And very important, like Ratha Yatra, before even the beginning of Ratha Yatra, then they have this festival of Gundicha. And also even before Gundicha, you know, right now, this what they call Anavasar. You've heard this Anavasar? 15 days no darshan of Jagannath. So this is not just like a rule. Like, you can see like, this is nicely arranged by Jagannath. You know, like that these things are there to help the devotee becoming, more attached or try to relish like all this separation and meeting. You understand? Now, don't think when we talk about pastime of Krishna. Don't think also don't limit this pastime of Krishna into just this pastime of coming to this world. Like as Krishna. That is his pastime, also coming as a deity. We should also appreciate that. When Krishna comes in the form of a deity, that is his pastime. And that pastime involves you. So like, he's very merciful. He's actually involving you already in his pastime. And it's just a matter of you now appreciating that. Like for example, Aurang Gurudev, he established Radha Vinod Bihari. So now, you're taking care of Radha Vinod Bihari, for example. Now you should see that, this is pastime of Radha Vinod Bihari. But now you don't see that because now we're conditioned. And so then you're thinking like, now I'm my duty. I have to do RT, or I have to join RT, I wake up early, like that. But really later on, then you begin to appreciate like, this is pastime of Krishna. He has now come as Radha Vinod Bihari. And actually now you will see that, this is, I'm engaged in his pastime, I'm involved, like that. So, the same with Jagannath also. Up to now, actually he is Krishna. And just when Mahaprabhu is there, engaged in Leela with Jagannath, up to now Jagannath engaging everyone in his Leela. So now it's just a matter of appreciating that, we're so lucky we're part of Jagannath Leela. Like this. And so then this whole festival becomes more meaningful. And then you begin to see actually like, how nicely Jagannath arranged his schedule of festivals. He has this calendar like this. Now, Snan Yatra, it starts with Snan Yatra. Snan Yatra meaning his appearance day. Right? Snan Yatra, that's the time when the Daru Brahma, all this would manifest. And then there's the carpenter who just shortcut the story. Asking only 21 days, no? Give me time for 21 days. Don't disturb, otherwise I will not continue. But after 15 days, because they didn't hear anything, then they opened the door and then they saw the carpenter was actually there. But then he said like, oh, why you disturb? Why you break the agreement? So okay, I'm going now. But this story is for outsiders, who cannot understand the speciality of this deity of Jagannath, why he has no arms and legs and has big eyes. It's actually a very special form of Krishna, related to his special form. We're telling that one form is Jagannath related to one pastime in separation and one time related to meeting. And the original, we know original is meeting, right? Because you cannot have separation unless there's meeting. It's original. So, what is the hint? Before Snan Yatra, what is the festival? Before Snan Yatra, what festival is there? Chandan Yatra. Chandan Yatra is the last festival in the calendar of Jagannath Puri. Then after Chandan Yatra, then it begins a new cycle. It begins with Snan Yatra. That's like their new year. So that's why, on appearance days and Abhishek and Guru Purnima, Guru Purnima, for example, that is like our new year. So for Jagannath Puri, their new year is the Snan Yatra, appearance of Jagannath. But before the appearance of Jagannath, there's this whole festival, actually 42 days, Chandan Yatra. And it's like a hidden secret, indication that this Chandan Yatra is related to one, history for appearance of Jagannath. And how is that? Of course, we hear the story, one pastime in Braj, Krishna could not meet the gopis, and then Krishna thought of a way to be able to meet with the gopis. With the help of Purnamasi, actually, they made an announcement that one forest demigod, forest devata, one devata has come, giving darshan. Oh, everyone come, get blessings. Put some sandal paste, and give some nice drinks, some offerings, So then all the mothers bringing their daughters also, they're all there and asking for blessings and putting chandan. And even Chatila also coming. And Radharani, putting, So then, so much chandan and on Krishna's body. And actually he's very happy because everyone touching him, all the gopis touching him. His eyes are so big, he's so happy. And he's now covered in the chandan. And you know what happened? This chandan is from wood, no? When it dries, then become like wood. His whole body now covered with this chandan, so his arms and legs disappeared. He just covered in chandan. And now, a little dry now, it's then become like wood. Only his eyes there big. That is Jagannath, no? So that's like in the meeting, like that. And now this Yogi Krishna or Krishna in Dwarka, remembering this, then he also now so much separation. Then his hands also disappeared. And we know so many stories, no? There's a story in Brihad Bhagavatamrita, Rohini Mata speaking to the queens about pastimes in Braj. Krishna hearing, and then like this. Or there's the story of Srila Govinda Maharaj, also a very deep story. Their brother is so much separation, almost dying, and Krishna coming. And anyway, seeing all this, and even Baladev and Subhadra, seeing this, feeling the separation mood, their arms disappeared, their body melted, and their eyes just becoming so big. So that's in the separation aspect. So this appearance of Jagannath, Snan Yatra, celebrated. Immediately after that, what happens? No more darshan, Jagannath. 15 days. And so, and in Bhubaneswar also, and Puri, Odisha, even in other temples, and even in homes also, they're covering Jagannath. Also, they're murtis of Jagannath. They're also covered on these days, because that's like Amavasya. And of course, for outsiders, then we tell like because of the Yatra, the paint of Jagannath now is washed off, so it needs to be repainted like this. And so then no darshan. And then there's a whole ritual actually on this time. Actually from the Yatra time, that's the time the Sabara, the Sevaks of Jagannath, from the Sabara class, they take over the services. And the rest of the time, these are all the Brahman Sevaks. So at this time, they will be there. 7 pairs of like seven rituals, 2 days each ritual. They will do like painting certain parts of Jagannath's body. Like this. And so 7, so that means the 14th day is almost finished. The last one is his eyes. Like that. And then on the 15th day, from Purnima, 15th day is Amavasya. So then that is now in the evening time, then first darshan. They call it, what's it called? What is Netra Utsav? Netra is eyes, the festival of the eyes. One is now Jagannath eyes can now see the devotees, and for one, and another is the devotees, their eyes now can see Jagannath, they're doing darshan. So during this time, big crowd, because imagine 15 days, no darshan of Jagannath, and finally, after 15 days, now open, and everyone like rushing to have darshan of Jagannath. So this is all like very nice festivals. Now, in that 15 days, because of no darshan, it intensifies, because of separation. Then it makes it like on the new moon, makes it like very relishable, like it's like when you don't see your friend for a long time, then when you come back, and then so much happy, like this. Like I just come back yesterday, and everyone is it's happy. After a few days, like when are you going back? When are you leaving? Like that. So it's with Jagannath arranging like this, so it's not boring, So the devotees themselves, now he's making a part of his pastime, like this. And during Mahaprabhu Lila, for that 15 days, Mahaprabhu cannot tolerate the separation. No. So what he did, he would go to Alarnath, and have darshan of Alarnath. But then Mahaprabhu on the 15th day, Amavasya, then Mahaprabhu would come. And he would have darshan. But then after that, what's next? So this is in Pratipada. After Amavasya, this is the Pratipada, first day. What is the festival? What? Just before Rath Yatra. Rath Yatra is on the second day. Gundiksha Mandir Marjan. So this is now like another lesson also. So much to learn also in Gundiksha Mandir Marjan. Now giving us a time to reflect upon like, we want to learn about this love, this praying. We want to take God, come like in my heart like that. But how you can do that? First, you yourself have to prepare. You just don't want to invite and then you're not going to prepare. Because he may come and then you're not ready for welcoming or not, you don't want to, you're not prepared, then why he will come? So Mahaprabhu is showing, we should prepare nicely. So how? He cleaned very nicely this Gundiksha. Because this Gundiksha represents Vrindavan. They will take Jagannath to Vrindavan with this chariot festival. That is like that festival to pull Jagannath to Vrindavan. So then, now this Gundisha representing Vrindavan, we have to prepare that things. So, what's the deep meaning? That during Gundisha Mandir Marjan, it's always explained, no? That all devotees, our heart is like a chariot. We want Krishna to ride on our chariot. So, but first we have to clean. Or you may say this body is like a temple. So temple means clean. So one is every day bathing this body, but that's not enough. Of course you have to take bath. Look, many vratas always involve bathing. If you look, Keshav Vrata, even Kartik Vrata, and many vratas, part of those vratas is like waking up early in the morning, taking bath. So keeping body clean, like this. But that's not enough, of course. Most important is also removing all the anarthas, all the unwanted desires and impurities. So then, what did Mahaprabhu do? He cleaned the temple. But during the cleaning time, they're not only just cleaning, they're chanting and showing like Mahaprabhu's point. Chaito Dharmanam Marjanam. So there in the first verse, Marjan, Chaito Dharmanam Marjanam Mabhamahanavam Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vidharanam Vidyavan Vijivanam Anandam Vivadanam Pratipadam Purnam Vitaspadanam Sarvatma Snamanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Param Vijayate. Param, highest, supreme victory. To what? Krishna Sankirtanam. What is this Krishna Sankirtanam? Take note. Mahaprabhu did not say Param Vijayate Shri Harinam Sankirtanam. He said Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. What does it mean? Of course, Harinam is included in this Sankirtan, but there's a special reason why he's mentioning Sankirtanam. Because when you say Sankirtan, from the word, the root word there is Kirtan, meaning Kirtan is glorification. No, we explained this so many times. Kirtan is glorification. When there's a prefix, san, or sam, that is word for samyak, meaning complete. So when you say Sankirtan, meaning complete glorification. So there's complete glorification, and you can say it's complete glorification when the name, form, qualities, and pastimes are glorified. So not just the name. So name, form, qualities, and pastimes. Of course, it begins with the name. Because you cannot actually separate these four together. You can't separate them. But it begins with the name. Like, it starts with the name, but you don't see the form. But later on, when you chant the name, the sound, then you see the form. Later on, when you say the name, you see the form, and you see the qualities, you feel the qualities. And then later on, then you see the name, form, qualities, and then you enter the pastimes. Like that. Then that kirtan is complete. You enter in the pastime. But more than that, our Prabhupada, he actually explained that unless Radharani is glorified, there is not complete glorification of Krishna. Understand? So that's why, especially as Gaudias, always Radharani is glorified. So then, by this Sankirtan, then that is real, what? The best way for cleaning. So, it starts with, so that's the beginning, no? Chaitanya Marjana, Chaitanya Darpana Marjana. Darpan means what? Mirror. So the mirror of the chitta. The chitta means your consciousness, Sometimes they translate as the heart. But not the physical heart. The heart. The heart is part of the gross body. So when they say the heart, that's actually referring to like the mind, intelligence, ego, the whole thing, the consciousness is the chitta. So that is like the mirror is not the person. So the chitta is also not you. But with that chitta, you can have some understanding of who you are. You understand? So that's why it's a very good analogy. With your consciousness, you can have some understanding of your swarup, of who you are. But first, the consciousness has to be clean. Otherwise, how would you know who you are? Because this is like a mirror. If mirror is covered with so much dust, like this, like in my room now, I come back, so much dust. And then they go, how do you see the self, like this? And so, they said, oh, this Krishna Sankirtanam, Sri Krishna Sankirtanam, complete glorification of Krishna, especially glorifying the Brishbasis, including, of course, Radharani, then easily clean. And then now it becomes very clear, and then you can understand yourself. Okay. So that's the beginning. Chaitanya Dharma Marjanam. And that is actually compared to which level. In Bhajan Rasha, they have this chart based on Bhaktivinoda Thakur teaching. Like there's all these levels in your bhakti. So when you say Chaitanya Dharma Marjanam, which one is that? Not just the first. That is from Shraddha to Anartha Nivritti. Shraddha to Anartha Nivritti. So what is that? Shraddha, after Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajan Kriya, Anartha Nivritti. That's all in that Chaitanya Dharma Marjanam. Then they say Bhava Mahadabagni Nirvapanam. What is meaning of Bhava? Bhava Mahadabagni. This Mahadabagni, this great forest fire of Bhava, of this material existence. Bhava Mahadabagni Nirvapanam, it extinguishes. So this Krishna said it extinguishes that. Which level is that? That is Nishtha. Because really in Nishtha, now you're fixed. The material world now has no effect on you. It's not like, oh, cut, extinguish the forest fire. That is in the stage of Nishtha. And because mostly in the stage of Nishtha, most anarthas are gone. So that's past already Chaitanya Dharma Marjanam. That's Nishtha. And really, Nishtha means complete Shraddha. Nishtha is actually Shraddha, but very mature now. Understand? So how this Shraddha became Nishtha? By Sadhu Sangha. And with your Sadhu Sangha, he said the maturity of Sadhu Sangha is when you accept Guru and you take Diksha. And really, that's how you can tell that, oh, I have really some Sadhu Sangha. All those people who have not taken Diksha, they're sadhus, they have to mature their faith to come to that point that they take Diksha, they accept Guru. And because only then you can do bhajan. Because only under guidance of Guru, then you can actually have very good association and you can do also do bhajan. So then bhajan kriya. And when you're doing bhajan kriya, then anarthas people like this. So that's how you develop this Shraddha to Nishtha. The Nishtha become very fixed. Understand? But now you're just fixed, but not yet like tasting. Comes to which one? What's after Nishtha? Ruchi. So that is in the next one. What is that? Chedarapanam, Marjanam, Baba Mahadavani, Nirvapanam, Shreya Kairava Chandrika. What is that? What does it mean? Shreya Kairava Chandrika. The moonbeam now making the lily or the lotus like bloom. So what is that? That's like indicating ruchi. Now ruchi in the heart of blooming like this. And from that point actually Bhakti becomes very quick. Because really in the stage of ruchi then green develops. And then very soon asakti. So what's after Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam? Vidya Badhujimanam. You have an experience actually of this name as the life of all transcendental knowledge. like a bride, uh, now like bride so attached to the husband, very strong relation. And very soon, because after that was Ananda Vardhana. That is now, after Asakti, Bhav. Ananda Amukti Vardhanam. Now, this ocean of Ananda now overflowing. Then after that, Pratipadam Purna Amrita Swadanam, tasting in every step. So that is in a higher level of bhav. But then when I said Sarva Atma Snapanam, na completely bathed Atma, that is prema. Sarva Atma Snapanam. So after that, there is a Param Vijayati. So that is full victory of Krishna Sankirtana. So it begins with cleansing. So just now, we were talking, before starting Yatra, which is actually like the festival of bringing Krishna to Vrindavan. And really, who can relish this? Really, those who have this love, who have this prema, like Mahaprabhu, they can relish this. And we're hearing this to have some understanding and have some desire. I want to have that. So first, then we have to, don't just jump to the Ratha Yatra, we have to do before that. So then we do the Godesha Mandir Marja, have to clean. And of course, one is cleaning the temple. And of course, we know with Sankirtan, like how they did but not just only in Godesha Marja we clean the temple. It's like every day, But especially on this day, it's like an expression of Krishna. I'll prepare everything so you can come. And like a meditation for you also. May this festival of cleaning be the beginning of, or like help me to progress that every day, like more and more I'll be clean. And then I'll be qualified really to become your devotee. So, and then you can really participate like, in proper mood in this festival of Ratha Yatra. Now taking Krishna to Vrindavan, like this. So, very big. So much more like understand when one is to see this festival of Ratha Yatra as Jagannath like very mercifully coming out. Many, like especially for us, we cannot go inside the temple. But now, this is like Lila, as I told you, you see this as like, Lila of Bhagavan. And now it's you're part of this Lila now. So for us, he comes out and gives you darshan like this. So then, as much you can be involved in this lila, then yes, you're taking advantage of that. So like just imagine that if Krishna coming out, to come out, what will you do? Like this. So sometimes that's why devotees they go and like they go to the chariot and like embrace Jagannath because like like why not embrace Jagannath? That's Krishna there like that. But sometimes we hear like Gaudiyas never go up to the temple, out of the chariot. They don't. No. And one, of course, reason is, if you look Mahaprabhu would not even touch the chariot. He pushed the chariot with his head even. So one is by own reverence. Like even Mahaprabhu not even touching on the chariot. Why I will climb the chariot and embrace? Another is like more on like more on a deeper aspect, which is actually like understanding that during Rasalila, when Krishna disappeared, and when he came back, then you can see these different types of gopis. There's this group of gopis immediately coming to Krishna and touching his arms, massaging his arms, touching his feet, like that. But Krishna's eyes are not on them. Krishna's eyes are on those gopis that's far away. And by their side, glance looking at him. Who is that? Radharani and her group. So this is Sanatana Goswami in his commentary. So as followers of Radharani, we are not like Chandravali followers. Chandravali followers going to Krishna and touching him. So that's one. That's sometimes they joke, you're Chandravali follower, you're going to the chariot and embracing Jagannath. But yeah, you can do like that if you like, but there's, one way to attract Krishna, and this is one speciality of what we call humility. This word humility. When one speciality of humility is that this humility, it has been glorified as a way to melt the heart of Krishna. The devotee, by nature, is always humble. When they experience praying, natural humility comes. And by that humility, he said, that is like best way Krishna is attracted to the devotee. So like this, like if someone is actually in that feeling of, like humility, like on Apo was saying, feeling very humble, I'm qualified, and praying to Krishna, then really Krishna will be so merciful. Look at our Hardas Thakur, Rupa Goswami, Sanat Goswami. They're in Puri. They're never fighting with these Bandhavs and like telling them, how dare you not making us enter the temple? They're not. But it's so humble and staying only from far away, but praying and really like having this love. Then Jagannath himself coming to them. Who? Mahaprabhu himself is Jagannath. Every day coming to Siddha Bhakti and giving association to Haridas. So, but especially on this festival like Ratha Yatra, Krishna himself coming out, you don't need to go inside the temple. Krishna coming out and giving darshan. That is your opportunity to pray. And then he will appreciate so much more that instead of praying for yourself, because you can pray for yourself, oh help me this, help me like that. Instead of praying for yourself, you're actually trying to only think of the moods of the Brishbasis. And only like, I only want to fulfill the desire of Radharani and the Brishbasis. They want you to go to Vrindavan. Okay, I'm helping pull you to Vrindavan. You're not even like asking anything for yourself. Only understand. And if you ask, it's only related to that. I want to have this kind of love of the Brishbasis, like the love of Radharani and the Gopis. Then definitely Jagannath will bless you. If I want to become servant of Radharani, then definitely bless you. Okay, now time. Jai Shri Bandhav ki Jai. Jai Shri Ratha Yatra ki